All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Fabulites. This is Angela, and I'm just here eating some food at the theater. So that's all. I just wanted to shout out, hey, the Black-owned restaurant. Hey, Princess Fiona, that I patronized today. My goal is to do $10, 10 days, 10 businesses, or get 10, either I spend it directly or somebody else spends it. Hey, Sonia sees. So this place is called Louisiana Creole Gumbo. I think this place has been around since 1971. It's a Detroit business. What I got today is I got some red beans and rice. When I used to come here before, they had red beans and rice, but they did not have brown rice. So since I've relocated back to Detroit, they have brown rice. So that's very, very exciting. And they don't cook with any meat. Supposedly, that's what they say. Although they do serve meat dishes there. But I got red beans and rice with brown rice. I got some string beans and some collard greens. The greens ain't good today. I think a soul food is almost like a cheat meal. So I feel like I want it to be, the vegetables are cooked to death, we know. But I want it to be piece of yappa. I want it to be kind of salty. Have you got food? I like food. I'm getting excited. Now, I'm Princess Fiona. You got excited last night. Iyapo, it's befabulousyou@gmail.com. I saw the email come across my screen, but I haven't been in Twitter in a couple of days. So I like food too. Yeah, the greens. So I got a veggie plate. And I don't know if you can see it on the screenshot. But it's hey, Kino Coke Binko 1. I don't know if you can see it on the screenshot, but it's like a big, serving of red beans and rice, and then a small serving then a side of greens and a side of string beans, and two and two muffins. Their muffins are really good. They're very generous with their muffins. That plate was $7.50. And then I got a serving of peach cobbler, which I don't know when the last time is I had peach cobbler, but I was trying to get up to that 10. I could have got a side of mac and cheese, but I didn't. Hey, and I tried to link I did an extensive ooh, the sun went behind the clouds. Now it's saying I did a review on this business about a year ago. No, we can't see it. I did a review on this business about a year ago, and so I'm going to link it in my blog. So that's what I'm eating. That's the parking lot of the theater. I'm a Mary Kay consultant. Thank you. These red beans and rice, I'm scared to know what they put in them. I'm sure they're using some sweetener in them. They just have such a wonderful, wonderful flavor. I never hardly go to this place, but the place right across from here, the Sweet Potato Sensations, is like I can get their soup. The last time I was here, I got their soup. I think I mentioned that. It was what was the soup? It's black eyed peas and collard greens. And then they have a sweet potato, red beans and rice. Show is nice. Yes. I love some collard greens too. I'm really mad that these collard greens are not hitting. My thing is shaking. That's making it real jacked up for y'all. So I've never done a mukbang before. I think you're supposed to be like like have a special microphone and eat all slow and crazy. But I was so hungry and I've been running all day and I don't know how long I'm going to be at the theater. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. The show opens this week and it seemed like I'm still going to be on this 5 o'clock schedule in the morning. So I don't know how the heck I'm going to do from 5 in the morning till 11, 12, 1 o'clock at night. And I'm not really good at taking naps, but I'm going to have to figure something out. So what you up to? What's going on? I'm started getting prepared to do notes on the news, but I was going to do notes on the news in a mukbang, but it seemed like it was too much at the same time. So, I haven't done notes on the news. Is it disgusting? Don't eat with your mouth full. Good fare where I'm at. Don't eat with your mouth full. Don't chew with your mouth open. You trying to say don't talk with your mouth open? Food fair. Oh, you at a food fair? What's some good restaurants where you at? What y'all eating for dinner? Okay. Well, if nobody's going to just kick it and chat, I can't talk too much because I'm eating, but not restaurant vendors. I can't chat too much because I'm eating, but just got a call going into negotiations. Going into negotiations? What you negotiating for? Oh, you talking about your whole remarriage thing? Like, what's up with that? What's this negotiation thing? That sounded very, hey, Rowdy Chica, what's up, girl? What you eating for dinner? That sounded very, like arranged marriage type thing or something. Is it, like, are you going into negotiations with your wife, ex-wife's, people? You going into negotiations for a contract for work? Ooh, oxtails. I've never had oxtails before. I'm a really picky eater. When I eat meat, I'm like, oxtails? I'm not eating no ox. Behave yourself, a yapo. Not ex-wife, ex-girlfriend. So who's been married in the chat? Has anybody in here been married other than, no, I didn't get to watch Married at First Sight last night. And you see, I'm here. Ooh, fruit salads. So them string beans are good. So I'm not going to get to watch it tonight either. I don't know when I'm going to get to catch up on it. I saw on, Auntie, Auntie's Advice, she does serious reviews of a couple shows on that. You're not ready for marriage. What you have to do to get married ready for marriage. She does serious reviews on that network. And I saw on her, she had a little video I watched this morning. Hey, True Royal family. She had a little video I watched this morning. And she said that Shawnice is pregnant. So I was kind of like, oh, I don't know why I'm rooting for them. I just want everybody to be happy. Never married, 24 years old and happy. I got married the very first time when I was mentally not ready. What do you think you have to do to get ready for marriage? People who have been married, what do you have to do to get mentally ready for marriage? I don't know if I got mentally ready. The second time, when I got married the second time, I'm ready for marriage to a rich blind man that will marry me at first sight. Oh, I thought you were willing to go with the, what you say, yapo cockeyed? The cockeyed guy. The first time, oh, you've been married for 19 years. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love to hear that. So do you feel that, True Royal family, what do you feel that you need to do to get prepared for marriage? Is there anything that you feel you need to, Morris? Who is Morris? Is that somebody's real name? Oh, Rottweiler. Oh, that's your last name. What do you feel that you have to do to get prepared for marriage or prepared for a relationship? The first time I got married, I don't think I was prepared. I I mean, I don't know. I was married for like 9 years, and it wasn't a bad experience. I was young. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you, Rowdy Chica. I don't know. I was 21. I was just graduating from college when I got married. So I was, we had been dating for 2 years. About 6 months into the relationship, I went to Jamaica with him and his dad. He was very serious. He's about 10 years older than me. Very intense. Like very serious, very intense, very sweet. So I don't know. He was really the first person I dated. So I just figure he nice. I like him. He like me. I think that must be love. You want to get married? It sound good to me. Let's do it. So that's what I didn't have any, and it was a good experience. I like being married too. I like the partnership. I like the companionship. I like the challenge, the stimulation. Like, I feel like, in my experience, even dating, but I feel like, it's our relationships with each other, especially those type of intense, intimate relationships, really help me to grow and develop, and they're stimulating and they challenge me, and I'm able to get pushed in ways that, usually only people who are really intimate with you can kind of help you in certain ways to grow. Anybody can help you grow, but I love the partnership. I enjoy being married. Okay. So, Rottweiler, you're not going to tell us what you think you have to do to get ready mentally? Do you feel like it's been hard, True Royal Family, to wake up to the same person for 19 years? Like, dang, morning coming. You like, is this you again? You still here? Or are you like, hey, babe, what's up? That's my road dog. We've been kicking it for 19, well, maybe more than 19, but yay. Not at all, right? It's like a joy. Well, I enjoyed I have enjoyed my second husband. My husband makes it easy. I have enjoyed my second husband much. I'll marry Sonia. I've enjoyed my second husband much more than my first, because my first husband was so intense. It was just like, whew. But my second husband is easy, so that makes it, it's the quality of the experience is drastically improved. Or S. Wiseman, or both. Has anybody been involved with a polygamous or polyamorous relationship? Polygamous is when it's a man and two women. That butter love, Miss Angela. I don't know what butter love is. I'm wife number 4. And he is husband number 2. Wait, he's been married 4 times? Or he has 3 husbands? I mean, he has 3 wives and you have 2 husbands and y'all are all kicking it together. Get out of here with them lies, Rod. And then polyamorous is when it's one woman and several men. And then I don't know. I guess open is just, oh no. See, my current husband was husband number 2. Oh, I'm polyamorous, Gemini X. Polyamorous. So that means that it's one, but I'm a lesbian, LOL. I'm dead ass. Let's build. Uh-oh. We got some matchmaking going on. So, oh, you joke. Okay. So, yeah. I'm really interested. I'm kind of curious about how people make that work. Like, I know a lot of people are like, well, I would never, a lot of women, you hear people talk about it, they're like, I would never, I can't share. Oh, you're single, Princess Fiona. I can't share. I would never be in a relationship with a group of people or whatever. Now, I don't know if it's because I can't share, because I can share. I can't, I've never shared that I was conscious of. I'm married to an alpha male. Ooh. I've never shared that I was conscious of, but, and I don't know. I mean, like shared a partner, that kind of seems like beyond, but I don't know. I might not do it for other reasons, because every time I look at it, it looks like chaotic. But I kind of like the idea of community and, oh my gosh. I'm not sharing body parts. So does anybody in here consider themselves an alpha male or an alpha female? I heard the concept of an alpha female for the first time on Married to Medicine. The guy was like, all of these are alpha women. And I'm kind of like, I wonder if I'm an alpha woman. Does anybody in here consider themselves an alpha? I'm a lady. Taha. I don't know what that means. I hope the moderators, we can't, Does anybody consider themselves an alpha male or a beta male or an alpha female? I hear people like in these communities now talking about dusty beta males or referring to people who talk about it. And it's kind of like, I guess I get the concept, but, I don't know. Hey, legendary mother. Welcome on the chat. I think Brother Yapo was on here earlier. I'm not sure if he's still on here. We just eating and talking. Or I'm just eating. I guess I'm finished eating, but we just talking. I just asked, I'm versatile, both alpha and submissive. Okay, right, I'll try. Peace, legendary. Hey, unsunken one. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm probably like, I don't know. Cause I don't like the idea of anybody like yoking me up, or, I don't like anybody disrespecting me. But I think that if someone is like in their right mind, I like somebody who's strong in who they are and who has but I'm strong in who I am. So I don't know if I'm an alpha, woman either. Rottweiler is 25. Oh, it's a baby. But I think really I like, 29. I like the idea of, I think like, yeah, I like the idea of certain things, but I feel like the dynamics have to be right. 52. I feel like and I guess that's the dynamics of anything. You can be like, oh, I like black men, but that doesn't mean that every black man is for you or every black woman is for you or whatever. So I feel like, I like the idea, like, I always joke and say, hey, I just joined in. Welcome, Time Reveals. Thank you for joining. I like the idea. I joke and say, shoot, I'm happy to be a kept woman if the right person is keeping me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to have nobody like dogging me out and disrespecting me. But, if you want to keep me in this, cool. I don't know, but like, I'd be married to somebody who had resources. Like serious resources. I don't see any problem with that. Oh, yes, I feel you on this. But, and then I'm always thinking about, people always I feel like there's this like stigma attached to, like, I feel like relationships are transactional. So you choose to be with people because you get something out of the relationship. It could be emotional, it could be spiritual, it could be physical, it could be material, or whatever combination of things. But, we relate to people because we getting something out of it. You know what I mean? I feel like there is a transaction, and I don't necessarily think that there is anything wrong with a transaction. He said he not emotionally ready to be, you say emotionally or mentally ready to be with a woman. But it seemed like people get so upset at the idea of if it's transactional and, the woman is like, I want money. And the man is like, I want a young, cute girl or whatever. I don't know, that don't really get on my nerves. I feel like I think it's good when people are clear about what's going on, or as clear as possible. So, 44. We were on the Information Man show. I don't know if anybody was on that live chat. Some of y'all were on it. And he like, how do you think I am? How do you think I am? And I was cracking up because people basically guessed his age. And he thought people were going to guess way younger. I ain't no Terry McMillan. But I learned, I was teaching I was doing a class with a group of like college students. And I was like, well, how do you all think I am? And they like, you about my mother's age, you about 40. And I was like, because I was about 40. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's the last time I'm going to ask somebody how old they think I am. Because I was used to people being like, oh, you look about 12, you look about 20, So when he did that, I was kind of cracking up. Because I think he might have got his feeling hurt. And it was like, I could relate. Because I know my little pride sure was hurt. And it's like, I don't even know what the pride is. Because, looking young is not like, that's like genetics. It's not like something like, well, I've worked hard. Right. That's why I think people could more or less guess his age. Because it was basically a room of black folks. And, I feel like you can tell by people's mannerisms and, vibration. But a lot of times you can, So, yeah. I don't know. These days, and I always try to, I don't have my gray hair showing now, but I always try to show my gray hair. Keep down confusion. I don't know why. Because I kind of think that ladies... I kind of think my mother had a friend who died, and we were looking at the funeral program, and I'm like, wow, she was 10 years older than you. And my mother is like, no, that's a misprint on the program. She wasn't 10 years older than me. We were about the same age. Hey, Takia Jet. And it turns out that the woman was 10 years older than her, and she didn't know it. I don't think I look 52, but sometimes I feel 52. So it reminds me of Zora Neale Hurston, who did who pulled, when she went to Barnard College, which is where I went, she was 28, but they thought she was 18. And it's like, I would love to do that. Sometimes I think when I'm talking to younger people, that's when I start to feel old. I guess I have a little sore back sometimes when I wake up. So I guess sometimes I feel older. You better hit that lottery rod. To hell with your mentality. Sipping tea and looking over to the side. Takia is another one of my soon-to-be wives. Now, this is a nice big serving of food. This is like a cheat meal for me. Because it's kind of like, I'm sure it's some mess and confusion in these red beans that I probably would not, I'm almost positive they put sugar in them just from the flavor profile. I bet you they didn't use carrots or onions or anything to get a sweetness, What's up, Rod? I'm taking and I don't cheat. Oh, okay. Are you married or dating? About to be 35. I'm still jovial and rambunctious. Yes! Damn. They were talking about that TV show today, too. I think Yapo somebody started the conversation yesterday talk about we need more married. How long have you been married? We got a record on the line right now of, is it 29 years? Hey, Frank G. Is it 29 years or 22 years? I done forgot already. It must be 29 years. Almost 30 years. I should have remembered that. The longest I've been, well, technically, I'm still married, but my first marriage lasted 19. I'm totally off. My first marriage lasted 9 years, and we were together for 11. In this marriage, we've probably been married for 10, 11 years. But we good friends. Hey, time. How y'all good friends? Y'all know each other off the internet? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, y'all do? Wow. I only know one YouTube person off the internet, and we met on YouTube, and we met up. And that's my Twisted Life with I think it's my Twisted Life TV with poetry now. But everybody else, all of the rest of y'all, I haven't met any of y'all. Is anybody planning to go to, is anybody in the Michigan area planning to go to the, we're going to do a trip to the Jim Crow Museum in July. Rot being messy. I love Miss Poe. Oh my God, Rottweiler. Now, yesterday it was Miss Fiona, and today it's you. Oh, I wish I was near there. Yeah, and I got distracted. Rod needs to find some love. You know, sometimes you just get into stuff for shy. Sometimes you just get into stuff whether you're ready or not. You know, sometimes it helps you get ready by getting in it. What's going on in here? Nothing. It's totally no agenda. I'm just eating and I was talking. I don't think I have the proper material to do a mukbang. Let me do this. Negotiations seem to be going well. We got us a wife, Iyapo. Can you hear me chewing? Okay. I don't know what else they were doing. Do you have a po man gumbo? I have no idea what a po man gumbo is. Do you have a po man gumbo? That's the question. Oh, no meat. Oh, do they have let's see if they have a meatless gumbo. You know, I don't do the slimy veggie okra. So I don't even, they have a veggie gumbo and they have a V next to it, and the V means, I think it means it's vegetarian. Our hearty veggie gumbo. Okra makes the gumbo. I know, that's why I don't even bother to do a non-okra gumbo. What's the point? Our hearty veggie gumbo with fresh okra, celeries, onions, tomatoes, and other seasonal vegetables, plus our secret gumbo seasoning served over rice. So they have a seafood gumbo, a gumbo supreme, which is chicken, Cajun beef, sausage, and shrimp. They have a shrimp gumbo with fresh shrimp added. They have a chicken gumbo with chicken added. And then they have a veggie gumbo. So it seemed like they do a veggie gumbo and then add meat to it. Now, the other thing I want to try, or I've never tried, is their veggie Creole. I guess I kind of feel like if I'm going to pay for something, it needs to have beans in it. 'Cause okra, yuck. I don't like okra either. Yuck. I like okra seafood gumbo. Yeah, they've been around for a while, and they opened up this new place. They've been around for about 20 years. Where is the crab? I don't see nothing about no crab. Oh, okay. A classic New Orleans style gumbo made with rich roux, colored peppers, onion, celery, and okra, plus fresh sauteed shrimp, oysters, and crab meat. That's their premium seafood. I used to love me some Alaskan king crab. That used to just be like just so delicious. Enslaved folks brought it with them on the Middle Passage. Okra. Yeah. You know, I was thinking today and just kind of trying to pray on it and trying to get peace with it, because you know how, enslaved folks brought okra. I kind of feel like it's like I'm trying to have peace. I loved the Yapo stream last night. Oh, that's beautiful. It's kind of interesting, you know? But I've been trying to get clarity for myself, because I kind of feel like I would be very happy. And I think I kind of wish for somebody to help assist some people in making their transition, if you know what I mean. Like maybe with, a sharp object, or, something that emits bullets or whatever, like some of these people, like, the guy who killed the little boy, he stalked him and killed him. What's the child's name who made his transition? Trayvon Martin. And he just out here walking around reckless. I feel like I would love to, I would just love for not Trayvon, but the person who murdered him. It would, like, I feel like I don't want to I don't think that killing somebody is like, I'm not saying I'm going to kill somebody, but I don't really know if that's like, I don't think it's like spiritually, I can't really reconcile it with myself, but it would not make me unhappy if somebody else did. You know what I mean? And I kind of wish that somebody would. And I kind of feel like when people are bullies, and I feel like we're being bullied as a people, and like, we just keep being like, oh, you're so mean to us. Oh, you hurt us. Oh, look at our pain. Oh, look at how you're humiliating us. Oh, this isn't right. And I feel like I don't think they necessarily, like, first of all, I think they're like, that's exactly what we're trying to do. And they don't care. Like, that's what they're trying to do. And so I just kind of feel like, I feel like one way to stop it, and I really want to read, We Will Shoot Back, because when the guy came to the museum, one of the things that he said that kind of gave me pause and made me be like, hold on a second, is he said that what I recall him saying is that during the civil rights movement, when people would come, is not happening. Living is hard. And that's what I keep hoping. It's kind of like, and I want to, like, and I was talking to my mother about it, and I'm like, well, I don't want to do it because I don't want to, I don't think it's really the right thing to do. And she's like, do you think thinking about it is the right thing to do? And I'm like, no. And I wish that I wasn't even thinking about it or wishing it on somebody, but that's just how I feel. That's really how I'm feeling at this moment. But what the brother said who wrote We Will Shoot Back is, he said during the civil rights movement, that when the people came to organize and do voter registration and all of that stuff, and then the KKK would roll up like trying to like be like, we gonna regulate, and then if the black people came out and they like, you regulate and we regulating too, we got guns, then the KKK would roll on off and go on about their business. And I kind of feel like, now, I think that they have evolved. Like, I think there's been a lot of evolution since then. So, for example, I think that when you look at, like, the Black Panthers and, like, some other times when you see, like, even, that video that kind of went viral last year. No, it was, like, within the last 3 or 5 years, where it was, like, a black man in an open carry state and a white man in an open carry state. The white man was carrying his gun, and the cops rolled up, and they're like, what are you doing with the gun? He like, forget you. I can carry this gun. This is my gun. And they're like, okay, sir, have a good day. And then the black guy with the gun with the pregnant woman, 5 or 10 cars surrounded him. They jumped on him, took him down, handcuffed him, took his gun away. I think they've evolved. So I don't think we can necessarily, if someone were to assist somebody in making their transition, I don't think you can just like roll up on them publicly or be like, look, I'm armed and dangerous and you better back the F off of me, and that's what I was thinking too. When that person tried to rape me in the laundromat and he had his hands around my throat, I put his fingers back to get him off of me. And because that's my main defense mechanism, I'm an expert finger puller backer. So I actually put his fingers back to the point where he backed up off of me. And then after the fact, I was like, dang, I was so mad. Like the anger just rose up in me. And I wish if I had been more conscious of what was going on when it was going on, I would have tried to break his fingers. Because now, even when I think about it, I really wish that I had broken his fingers instead of just bending them backwards. And I think that what I really wanted him to do was to get up off of me. So bending his fingers back, yeah, bending his fingers back was effective. It got him off of me. But I feel like the anger that rose up after that, and I don't know if I would have even, they don't even expect you to fight back. I don't know if I had broken his fingers, if I would have felt less angry. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like the nerve of him, behaving in this way. Like it was just like, so, and that's kind of how I feel. Like there are no rules when fighting. Yeah, but I feel like the main objective was accomplished. Like, I got him up off of me, but, so I kind of feel like, so I think that there is a line, like, once I got him up off of me, I like, he was leaving and I was like trying to go after him to like punch him in the back, like hit him, because it was like, I was like, wait a second, this mofo just, what the heck, what, like I was trying to. No, I did not know him. It was in it was like a laundromat where I was I would go to wash clothes, and it was very isolated. Like the neighborhood is relatively isolated, but the reason that I went is because it's like a peaceful place. They had the little TV there, and my little dog could come and walk around. It was just like, it would usually just be me in here. So when I saw him coming, or, when I realized that we were sharing the space, it was like I could smell him. And so I knew that, I'm like, just like it's a peaceful place for me, he probably need a place to get where it's air conditioning, where he can just sit and chill. And, because clearly if I could smell him and I was not close to him, he wasn't in a good situation, and so I wasn't trying to be like, oh my God, there's a man in here who's not washing clothes. Let me call the cops. What is he doing in here? Like I wasn't on that vibration. He was like a young black man. He was probably like 20. I didn't feel like immediately intimidated. I didn't feel threatened. I'm old and I've never had any violent encounters. So, I kind of, like I just wasn't expecting. I mean, I don't think anybody is ever expecting anybody to attack them or try to attack them or violate them or whatever. But no, I didn't know him. And after the fact, like when I went, after he left, I went outside and there was a woman, and I was like, that guy just tried to rape me. And she's like, oh my gosh. So when the cops came, she came in and she was with me, and she, kind of held the space with me. And so when the cops came, they're like, what did he look like? And I'm like, I just smelled his body odor. I couldn't tell her. And she was like, he had on, she described what he had on. I didn't know what he had on. And then after that, it's like I was everywhere I went. I was like, is that him? Like I could remember that he had a strong smell. He was dark skinned. He was slim. But I couldn't have, everybody I saw after that who was like dark skinned, slim and young, I'm like, is that the guy? Are you the guy? And so it's kind of like I would have never been able to be an eyewitness because I didn't even know what he had on, And then after that, that's when I got the gun, and my husband, we started training, but and then the gun is, I imagine you were mad with yourself. No, I wasn't mad with myself. But the gun is like, it created a whole different issue because I'm like, so then even though I stopped going to that laundromat, every time I went, a lot of like, for whatever reason, laundromat started freaking me out. But every time I'm like, if I have my gun with me, Like, I don't have a body holster. It was just very unpractical. Because I'm like, if it's in my purse, like, I just could never really logistically get it down to where it's like, ha ha, I'm going to shoot you. Oh, for not being able to identify him. No, because I know that, I mean, I know about myself that I'm not observant in that way. Like, it's kind of like I'm like a vibration person. So it's kind of like, I feel like when I look at people, I'm trying to look into their soul. So like, I'm not as tuned into, I'm not as tuned into, like, I know I could be, and that's just not my wheelhouse. I'm not, and I guess theoretically I could train myself to be more observant, but, I, yeah, I was definitely caught off guard. I mean, and I wouldn't have, I don't even know how I could have been. Well, the only thing that did happen is when I put my clothes in the washing machine, then I ran home. My house was like, it probably took me 2 minutes to drive. And I had on this little gray dress I had, and it's like I had on like a little sports bra. Never ask for help, just say fire over and over. Yeah. But the thing about it is when he was choking me, I could see cars driving down the street, but I was the only one in the building. There was nobody else in the building. And so it's like, I was kind of like, damn, excuse my language. I was like, dang, if he pushed me down, nobody will even see, it's like, and I know how this place is. It's not like it's like a whole bunch of people that come in and out of here. So it's a wrap. I was kind of like, if he pushed me down, it's a wrap. So it was like, I was like, fight, that like once, it's like, nobody's coming in here to save me. It ain't nobody I could say help to. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I felt bad for him. I mean, that's the thing about it. Like, I didn't really feel, at the end of the day, Iyapo or what, whomever, I didn't really feel like, I feel like he obvious. But what I was going to say is I think he just saw an opportunity and he took it. And I think that the way that he was living in his life, he probably didn't have many options for sexual partners. Now, I don't think it's a good plan or a good strategy or a sane strategy to be attacking nobody. But, I don't know. I don't really, I don't know. I don't know. But, people don't respond to help. But, I didn't really feel mad at him. But I had on this, dress where, it's like a little boobage. I'm not like all that heavy chested. But when I was leaving the laundromat, he was coming in and I remember feeling a way about my boobage. So when I went home, I put a scarf on or something, So I think there was some part of me, like especially after it happened, that felt away. Like maybe if I hadn't been, if he hadn't seen my boobs, which really wasn't that much. I ain't got that much cleavage. But maybe if he hadn't seen my cleavage, he wouldn't have just been overcome with desire and attacked me. But, it's a million men who have seen my cleavage and have not been overcome with desire and attacked me. So I don't quite think that right. I mean, but there was still a part of me that processed it in that way. And, I think that, I think as women, there's a feeling a lot of times of, yeah. I remember when I was moving to New York, they were like, people on the train will try to touch you because it'll be crowded and what you're supposed to do, your normal response is to be like, oh my God, he's touching me and just try to scoot away. But they were like, you're supposed to yell and be like, stop touching my butt. Leave me alone. This man here is touching, like make a scene, But I think, I can understand why you have to tell somebody that because I don't think my normal response would be to make a scene. I think normally, I try to smooth things over. I feel kindly toward people. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I figure it's a misunderstanding or I feel bad for them and a mess. I don't even know how. So it turned into a story time on that time. And I was talking to somebody about it And I hadn't really consciously realized it, but that's probably part of the reason why we ended up leaving Hattiesburg. Between that and then after that, that cop trying to like bust through the door, it was like within a week or a 2 week period. I think we kind of felt like, you know, my sun sign is Cancer. My sex signs are in Gemini, and my moon is Scorpio, and I love a Scorpio. And my rising is technically Leo, but very close to Virgo. My sun is in the 11th house, and I feel very Aquarian a lot. So, yeah. What's your sign? What are people's signs? If you know sun, moon, rising. And Yapo, I don't remember yours. Did you say you were a Libra too the other day? What do you mean it changes? Aquarius. Ooh, Scorpio. Depending when you were born and current. I used to do a year of progression every year. I say it like once a week. Well, next time I'm gonna get out my notebook so that I can keep track of it. Yeah, I don't really study. I just do natal. I haven't studied very much for very long. A good 5 years, and then casual after that. But I don't really do progression so much. But I love to look at people's natal charts. I think I probably love looking at natal charts more than I love tarot cards. Ooh, my husband is a Sag. Ooh. I don't know much about Sagittarius men. One of my girlfriends was dating a Sag. One of my goddess sisters is a Sag, and she has, big thighs and hips. I don't know why I think of that with Sag, but strong and solid. One of my goddess sisters is a Libra, so most of what I know, I love natal charts. Most of what I know about Libras, I know from her. Oh, and tarot. Oh. Do you do readings? So I can't think of any Libra men I know. That's probably why I can't I can't lock, I don't know how to lock Iapo in. Because I don't know if I know it. I mean, I'm sure I know some Libra men, but the Libra man, the Libra in me is all about love. Still learning from a guy in Spain. Ooh, a guy in Spain. Paying for classes. Oh, wow. I studied with Rosicrucians. Well, it was a married couple, and the man was a Rosicrucian, and I did a lot of studies, around him and his community. And the woman was like, I studied tarot with her, even though she uses like a regular card deck. So, and I never really quite understood the regular, And then there's this woman on here who reads intuitively. And if I pay attention to her reading, a lot of times I feel something similar when I see her when she pulls the cards to what she feels. But I miss my studies, and I miss doing readings. When I first got here, a Rosicrucian. It's like it stands for Rose Cross. It's spelled ROSA. It's like I don't. It's like Rose crosses the translation, but it's like Rosicr. Rosa. Have a good negotiation. Rosicrucian, a spiritual and cultural movement which arose in Europe in the early 17th century after publication of several texts which purported to announce the existence of hitherto unknown. I don't know, but they do. I didn't. Well, I mean, they would have this conclave every year, and I would go to it. Hopefully, we'll see. I know it'll go well. It's all in divine order. However it goes, it's exactly how it's supposed to go. So just trust that and relax and enjoy it. Negotiations are fun. Win-win. Remember, win-win. Everybody gonna win. It's gonna be better for everybody. My dear father did people's natal charts. Yeah. Oh, bye, Yapo. I think that the I think like I haven't really pursued it, but I would love to just spend time using tools to help people evolve and connect and grow and be their best selves, like just full time all the time. That's when I just feel most alive. I love doing readings. Oh, I was gonna say, when I first came here, there was somebody was doing some fall solstice event, and I just signed up and I just sat and did. I signed up as a vendor. I think I paid them $20-$40, whatever, and then I just took donations and did readings. And I think I probably took it like $40. But I've never charged to do a reading. I've only taken donations for readings. I've never been instructed to charge, by. Yeah. Did you study with your father, True Royal? Hmm. Where did you and your husband meet? True Royal is married, and somebody else on the line said they were married. If they're still on the line. At work? Did your workplace have like a policy where you couldn't date people at work? Yeah. Well, I don't know. In Detroit, there's plenty of spiritual events. um, Dang. In Detroit, there's plenty of spiritual events. Rowdy Chica, are you still here? Like Afro punk? Oh, I'm a welder and he's an iron worker. I feel like I remember hearing that. I don't know if we talked about it before. That's amazing to me. That seems like such, especially in this, it seems like I'm sure there aren't very many women who do that type of work. Thank you. That's very kind. Rowdy Chica's not here. And Yapo is gone. I was on somebody's chat today in mid chat. I think they turned me into a moderator, but I can't do that on my tablet. So, yeah. Okay. Here we go. I don't know, cuz I know that if I don't work anymore, can I be a moderator? I can't make anybody moderators, and usually it's people that I know. Has anyone else wondered why there aren't reports of black ghosts? Have you ever read Tanana? Are you familiar with Tanana Reeve Do? Okay. Yeah, here in Detroit, it's all kinds of stuff. Like the voodoo. Well, one of the voodoo houses, they do a party every year. Like it might be a Halloween party or something like that. Um, and I don't know. It's like a lot of It feels like, although I haven't been doing anything, and I like now that we're talking about it, I miss it. You know. Um, Oh, Joplin, Tananarive dude, Unsunken One, has a book called Joplin's Ghost, which I haven't read. I haven't read any work by Frantz Fanon, but I've been wanting to. Um, a lot of the I've read How Europe Underdeveloped Africa, but there's a lot of like non-American people that I want to read. There are a lot of American people that I want to read that I haven't read. I think I'm going to start doing a segment because I have a gazillion books, especially in the house now. It changed my life. Yeah. I need to pick it up. You know what I'm really struggling with right now reading? The Debt by Randall Robinson, and I'm like this is the second time I've tried to read it, and I'm really struggling with it. Although his writing style is very, very lyrical. But I'm really kind of, I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with it. But I'm so overjoyed to learn the sun is black. On the Try audiobooks, they help me a lot. Yeah. When I used to drive a lot, I used to go visit my cousin, and he's locked up, and he was in when he was when I well he's still in Michigan, I'm sure, but when we were in touch, and I'd throw audio books in, a dummy version of it. I throw audio books in and listen. That's when I heard, I was listening to see if they have. I was listening to Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, and I heard this one line in there that has really stuck with me through the years. It said that women get depressed when they feel like everything has to be on them, like they have to have responsibility for everything. Um, I'll have to start one. Going to the ocean or lake. Art of War has a dummy version. Sonia sees we have something here once a year. There's a group that does where I've only done it like 2 or 3 times in all the years I've been off and on in Detroit, but you get up basically at sunset, and it's like an ancestral, everybody wears white. It's on Belle Isle, which is like our island here, by the water. We make offerings to our ancestors. And it is, yeah, I don't think that the debt is difficult to comprehend. Um I don't know why I'm having a hard time reading it. So Tanana Reeve Do, if you like fiction, I love her work. Um and she she has a book called Joplin's Ghost. So I don't know who, I don't really know. But I like her Immortal series, and she's the one that I learned about the underground churches in Ethiopia. Um, I learned about that concept from her. So yeah, yeah. Well, I think I'm kind of finished. And it may be enough light for me to actually do a notes on the news feed. Oh, okay. Thank you, Grace. Help me out, girl. So she said that, or he said, or whatever the book said, that women get depressed when we feel that everything is on us. So, like when you're a single mother, or you're like, I'm strong, I can handle everything, I don't need a man, I got, when we're in that vibration, that causes us to feel depression. And I could relate to it a lot as black women, in that we are going to study the art of war all year. And that, um, when men feel depressed, when they feel that they don't have any responsibility, um, you know, And so it's sort of like, I remember like my husband's brother, or it made a big impression on me. I think that what I heard my husband say that his brother said to him is, you need to go and find you one of these nurses or these women that'll take care of you. And it's like, that's the vibration. I'm reading it slowly but surely, Royal Mom, and taking my notes. Oh, that's beautiful. That makes sense. Yeah, it made a lot of sense to me. And I think that, as Black folks, I think there's a lot of different layers of depression and things that we struggle with in terms of like being in alignment and feeling good, And I think that, that idea of like how we relate to each other has gotten twisted. Ready to go live with you, but I want to come correct. And so, I think that, as women being receptive, I feel like as a Cancer woman, it's probably more easy for me to be like in a like, cause I watch some of my, like Aries women friends or, like different people. I feel like they're like really very different from me in terms of like relationships and dating and, cause I'm like, you asking him out? I don't understand. If he want to ask you, but I like, and I just feel like, girl, you gotta be, but it's like, well, it's like, it comes very easy for me to, receive. And I know my other friends be like, I'm about to make this happen. We have rites of passage here in Detroit. I don't know about other communities. But the African-centered schools do rites of passages, and some of the community centers do rites of passage. And I think that there's a national, we're still in shock, being put in bondage. Yep. And it's sort of like, when you throw a rock in the pond, and it's like that vibration, and it's like there have been so many rocks thrown in the pond. It's like we're in shock at that. And then it's like shock upon shock upon shock upon shock upon trauma. I mean, it's like, how do we even begin to untie the knots? How do we begin to untangle? How do we begin to, and then it's continuous. It's ongoing. Yeah. I mean, I pray for us a lot. And, I feel like the healers are really, really important. And I feel like the spiritual warriors are really, really important. Because I think that, we have to be right spiritually and emotionally. We're all walking wounds we never healed. Yeah. Spiritually and emotionally, we just, it's a lot. So I try to be very conscious, I haven't, as we're talking about it, but like usually if I'm in a physical space with people, I try to pray for us while I'm in the space. And, I try to be very, loving and nurturing, because I feel like, there is so much trauma and we are walking wounds, and we're so angry, and we're so angry with ourselves, and the deep shame, and I see it in our aggression toward one another. Like sometimes when I hear us like, well, I'll never forgive someone who did this, and I feel like that's our pain and our shame, and I don't feel that way, more so the men, but I feel the women too, It's very, I guess one thing that's exciting to me when I look at an astrological chart is that I feel like it's like exciting. Like I feel like this soul, we are truly royalty. This soul created, a plan and an opportunity for growth. And so here it is right here. Like when I'm looking at a chart, it's so exciting to see like all of the situations and opportunities for growth that have been created. And I feel like as a people, there's a beautiful, wonderful opportunity for growth and development for us here. It's just that, like some charts, when you look at them, it's like, damn, their curriculum is like intense, like a mug. And then some people's charts, it's like trining all over the place. And it's like, it's easy flow, or it's, for the most part. And I feel like as Black folks, I don't know how to see the chart of Black folks, but when I imagine it in my head, it's like, dang, our curriculum is like hard like a mug. I mean, we got some serious opportunities, and when I think of Scorpio, I think like, has the potential for like the lowest of the low and the highest of the high, and so I feel like us as a people, as much as we struggle, there is so much potential. I mean, and you can just, I can see it. Did my chart when I was a child. Yeah, I think that it's, work to be done. And I think that, one of the things when I look at a chart, well, when I started looking at my chart, I'm like, this is just me. And so I feel like you don't have to have a chart to understand a person or maybe a people. But, yeah, I don't know how like if I were to just like throw up a dummy, chart for us as a people, I don't know what I would do. But, it definitely helps me. It has helped me with my growth and development, seeing my chart. And I feel like I wish, I could see a chart, like so that we could have like some, like I know like with my sex signs and my love signs with that Venus all over it, like I'm flirty, I'm light, it's like I can feel that vibration, I can see it, and like it's like now I understand that and I know how to work it. Oh yeah, I've had my chart. I've had my chart done by professional astrologers repeatedly. Um, yeah. So, is that like a general across the board offer? Is it astro.com? There used to be this place where you could generate little free charts. But I was dealing with people who had I can't even remember the software program. But when I was studying, I was like, and those moon rituals, I'm gonna get off the phone and try to do notes on the news. But those moon rituals, I feel like that's so important because, or the moon work. Queen Jet, remember I told the family I remembered being born. Wow. Oh, y'all are talking to each other. Okay, yeah, yeah. I don't think I remember anything before 2 or 3. Ah, I've never heard that before. Yeah. And that's our pain, unsung. It's like it's like we bump into each other and we're scabs and we hurt each other and we're in pain and it's just it's a lot. Um, and it is hurtful. When I went away to college, I remember I was like, like I'm from Detroit, so I'm used to seeing a lot of black folks. And when I got on campus, I'm like, oh my God, I think I see, is that a black person off in the distance? It's a black person. Oh, and we're getting closer, we're getting closer, we're getting closer. And then I'd be like, and they like walk right by me. 11:08 p.m., 11:365. And they walk right by me, and it was like, they didn't see me. They don't know we're black together. Why? And you'd see them, hanging out with the white folks and, all of that. So, all right, good people. We've been on here for an hour, and thank you so much. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I ate. How you say mukbang? Yeah. While I ate, I'm about to come back with notes on the news. Me love family. Dang, I don't remember looking. I truly enjoyed this. I enjoyed y'all too. I never come and just without an agenda. I'm like an agenda kind of woman, girl. I like to mukbang. Oh, mukbang. I'm an agenda kind of girl. See you later. All right, everybody sign off so I don't like to hang up on people. Today is the best day ever and you are the greatest. So be you, be fabulous, and be fabulous you. And I know it's not an accident. It is on purpose. It is intentional. It's a wonderful blessing that we're all here together. And I thank you for being here with me live or virtually and spending time, with the family, just kicking it. Good evening, everyone. Bye. But I'm about to come back with notes on the news. So, oh yeah, I can't wait to hear what you think about Tanana Reeve Do. I love her. I love her work, and she's on Twitter. So she like just real regular, which makes me love her even more because I just really am in love with her. So I'll be back if anybody wants to jump on. I know we've been here for an hour already, so y'all gonna be like, I had enough of this daggone Angela. But be you. Peace. Be fabulous. Peace. Be fabulous. You. Peace. Peace. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous. You.